Hey guys, so in this video I'm going to talk a little bit about the benefits of training expandable baton for Filipino martial artists. Okay? If you haven't watched the prior video, yesterday's video, check that out. I'll talk a little bit about the benefits of batons in general and the history and whatnot. But in this video, again, it's the short one talking about Filipino martial arts, Filipino martial artists and the benefits of training with baton. So there's a couple of things, guys. One, as a Filipino martial artist, it's likely that you train with batons, okay? You train with sticks, right? Oftentimes the common training tool is rattan, okay? And so there's a lot of transferability of what you're doing into a defensive baton program. Some of the reasons why I would recommend training in the usage of a expandable baton in particular is there's a few things that are important there. One is understanding the legalities of force, right? So we train with a baton in the Filipino martial arts. Oftentimes we're looking at hand attacks, we're looking at head attacks, we're looking at high value targets and skills that are important, but understanding the legalities and the context of using those techniques in a self-defense situation, right? We want to make sure that if we use techniques that we train for actual self-defense, we want to understand how we can do that. And again, the expandable baton is a very culturally accepted tool for defense in many countries, including here in the United States, right? As a society, we understand and that law enforcement and a lot of security officers around the country use batons, and we accept that as a tool that they use as part of their defensive tactics. And so that's a good thing because it can be used effectively in that capacity, and and from a self-defense situation outside of law enforcement. Again, it's going to be a tool that, with proper training, to be able to demonstrate that I've been trained to use it much like a police officer. I can show that I've been trained responsibly and I understand the application of force in defense of person. Okay? And so again, there's a lot more that goes into that, and including understanding your local laws wherever you live here in the US, which state you live in, what city you live in, or what country the laws of the country you live in if you live in another country. Okay? So those are important things and are not often discussed in just general classical Filipino martial arts classes. Two, that goes along with that is targeting areas in the body. Okay, in certain types of self-defense situations, I may be justified in targeting higher value targets. I guess you could say areas of the body that are going to have a higher capacity for death or serious bodily injury, or long-lasting injury, or just something that's going to cause bruises, contusions, and hopefully generate some pain compliance. So understanding those things. There are some methodologies that are in baton programs, including the one that I present in the TRICOM Expandable Baton program. Some methodologies that are focused on just the fundamental defensive use. Attribute enhancement drills, okay, just and breaking it down as such, ways of learning to generate good speed, power, timing, and precision with the baton, okay? And then also understanding the deployment of the tool. Something again that's not often trained in a lot of Filipino martial arts is, how did this weapon appear in my hand, right? So oftentimes we start the training with that weapon in the hand and I get into the drill. Okay? But understanding the deployment of that under stress is also part of it, and how to carry a baton and so on and so forth. So there are some very valuable things in baton training programs and the TRICOM Expandable Baton training program that will be great assets to those who train Filipino martial arts but want to get more into the application of that in self-defense. Okay, so some more reasons to check those videos out. Okay, and I'll be presenting a few more videos this week in that regard. See you then.